Hello, good morning. How are you? I This is Ria of Ria Luz, Boy Boys America, or just your friend Ria. And I am still trying to feel the sense of urgency and the need for our unity as a nation and as people of this world. How we can turn the tide, help turn the tide. I know the nation and everyone is hurting at this time. There is both anyone who is concerned to what is happening in our nation must feel the urgency and the need for us to unite as one people. And I'm so blessed to be part of the Women's Federation for World Peace, who initiated a program or a situation where women, mothers, can pray for healing of our nation. I'm really honored that the Buhay Buhay sa America became one of the platform that we can talk about how we women and mothers can bring healing to our nation as through our prayer for the unity of everyone in America and the world, that our voices can be heard. God needs us all. No nationality is excluded for such call. And at a time like this, we have to really work together in unity. And I'm so proud to be part of the Women's Federation for World Peace. I wanted to read to you a statement from the Women's Federation for World Peace on this issue. And I wanted to go and share with you this help turn the tide, and it's a message from the Women's Federation for World Peace USA, and it says, which you can read with me: history is calling for reconciliation, compassion, love, service, and sacrifice. Today's problem cannot be solved by the logic of power. Today's problem can only be solved by the logic of love. Spoken by Dr. Hak Ja Han Moon, which is the founder of the Women's Federation for World Peace International. Our nation is in terrible pain right now. We are deeply saddened by the senseless and racially charged murder of George Floyd. As the Women's Federation for World Peace, made up of women and mothers of all races, religions, cultures, and backgrounds, our hearts immediately got out to our Black mothers, and their pain are echoed by this statement by our Senior Vice President, Juanita Pierre-Louis, who was one of our panel during the Healing for the Nation, a Black mother crying out for justice once again. And she says, as we make our way into the 21st century, Black mothers look back at a time when we had no voice in the 19th and 20th century. They took our babies from our arms and took us away from our families. And we had no voice. In the 20th century, they raped us, castrated our husband, hung us, and worked our children to death. As mothers and people, we had no voice. Now, in the 21st century, in broad daylight, the police, our cities and nations' protectors, kill our sons, and we had no voice. But today, we do have a voice. Our people take to the street to take justice. What is the verdict? I do believe that it is better to be responsive rather than to be reactive. However, something must be done. We must bring the real God in. We stand with our founder, Dr. Hak Ja Han Moon, the Mother of Peace, who promotes that when we all turn to God, our Creator, and learn to see each other from this view, we will realize that we come from the same origin and are therefore inextricably connected to one another. So mothers, let us remember that as peace starts with me, in my family and in my home, God bless. On June 1, mothers and leaders of Women's Federation for World Peace came together in prayer for the healing of our nation. To continue our prayers, we will be gathering together this Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please email info@wfwp.us if you would like to take part. Today, the day of George Floyd's memorial service in Minneapolis, we join the many in silence and prayer, as we also remember that it is the responsibility of each of us to make a change. We all are responsible to help turn the tide, to repent, forgive, love, and unite, and seek practical solutions together. May we resolve to not sit idle. May we resolve to see from a higher lens. May we indulge in the uniqueness and beauty of each and every human life. May we spread upliftment, support, encouragement, and provide opportunities for those in need outside our own circles. May we come together as one global family, connected through the love of God. May we not sit back until justice and peace prevail for all. To express our solidarity, the Women's Federation for World Peace pledges $10,000 to support Black women's organization and COVID-19 relief, which the Black community has been disproportionately afflicted. This is a great opportunity for us all to unite as one human family. We create love, goodness, and peace when we come together. Each nation, each community is hurting. It's not only the Black community that needs to mourn, but as a nation, we have to mourn for our brothers and sisters who are afflicted by pain of racism. Because when one community is affected, all of us can be affected as well. There is no, we are all part of God's children, one human body. And just like our own body, when one finger is in pain, the whole body feels the pain. So I invite you as mothers and as sisters and as our community, let's work together in unity and in harmony. I am so blessed to be able to find a leader within our community, a true mother who cares for the nation and for the world. This book, her book, the autobiography of Dr. Hak Ja Han Moon, will be coming out this June 8th. And I believe this is a true leader that we are so lucky to be found at this time in history, because her story can really inspire all of us as women, especially as not only women, but all families can be inspired by the story of an amazing woman who experienced all the pain, any kind of experience, from the loss of her husband to the loss of her 5 children to the loss of all. So much. This Dr. Hak Ja Han Moon has endured so much, and her care for the world remains the same. Even she lost her husband, but she continued to push through and said whatever her husband decides, he wants to bring God's kingdom here on earth. She didn't stop and say, I'll take care of my family first. Instead, she continued despite difficulty and the many things that she has to endure, just because she wants to continue and serve the world where God
is the sovereign. And the truth of, she actually started the reconciliation of races, and when she is the one who actually loved Africa. And even on her 77th birthday this year, she gave $6 million for Africa, to support Africa as a nation, and some and many African countries. And in fact, she and her husband has initiated the interracial marriages, which to me, that is the solution to world peace. The quickest solution to world peace is to marry someone out of your race, because it's hard to marry. It's hard. Marriage is hard. Much more to marry someone out of your race. And so I invite all of you to take a look of what we can do. It's time to talk about racism within our own community. Not only racism because we think of black people, but within ourselves, within our own community, there is racism, and that is a thing we need to break through. We need to talk about it so then it can stop. I was just mentioning earlier about the story of us as Filipinos thinking of ourselves as less beautiful when we are brown skin compared to the lighter colored Filipinos. Why? We think of that, and because we are all ingrained in our hearts that whenever you are lighter skin, you are more beautiful. That is something that is ingrained within us as Filipinos. And I'm talking about as a Filipino. And I feel the pain of, more so, of our black brothers and sisters. Because my own family I am a black and Asian couple, and my children are black. Thinking of George Floyd, I think of my children. What if my children will be in that same situation because of the color of their skin? I speak of myself as a mother of someone who is of a different color. And I hope that we as women, mothers, it starts from us, how we treat our own children. We need to teach our children that looking at the color of one's skin is not right. We need to look at the content of their character, not at the color of their skin. And that's how we can stop racism, and how we can really promote unity in our community, in our culture. It starts from me. It starts from me. Peace begins with me. And I feel we all need to support one another. And I thank Dr. Hak Ja Han Moon for sharing and telling me that I can go beyond my own limitation by loving someone out of my color. And I am proud to say I am very, very blessed to marry a man who is from Africa. And I'm glad that I am married to such a man. And I'm blessed to have 3 beautiful daughters. And to me, I don't look at my children's color. I see my color in them. I see myself in them. I hope that through this, we can all talk together and work together in unity, in hope, and in love, and in peace. I appreciate all of you for listening and for watching this. I'm sorry for crying, but how can you not cry when there is pain? It's time for us to talk for real, and it's time for all of us to accept racism is deep down in every one of us. And how we can stop this starts from me, starts from within me, and talking about it will help solve the problem, because we will find solution when we start talking. Thank you so much for watching, and may God bless you and your family always. God bless. Bye-bye.